welcome to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois, as we're getting ready for our varsity contest, a battle of undefeated teams. One team will suffer their first loss of the season as the Sherrard Tigers make the trip down to A-Town, as they will take on the A-Town Tornadoes in a battle again of undefeated teams. A-Town comes in 6-0 on the season. Sherrard currently sitting at 4-0 on the young season. Obviously a lot of basketball still to go, but two very, very good teams here in the early going about to do battle. Wyatt Reed on the call, joined by the girls basketball coach here at A-Town High School, Brent Dugan, kind enough to come up here and give us some color commentary. Coach Dugan, what an early season contest for the first home game of the season. Sherrard coming to town undefeated. A-Town off the win at the Bushnell-Prairie City Thanksgiving tournament. They are red hot to start the season. What a battle we got here in the early season.
Yeah, I've kind of marked this one on my calendar because, obviously with Corey Link and I working the gym times together, we got to coordinate that with practice times and so forth. But also when you bring a game into the perspective of this caliber of a game, you look at it and like, Sherrard, I know they got a nice team. One of their assistant coaches I coached in college baseball, and Ridge Greenman, so I know I get a little feel from him how good they were going to be this year and the expectation level. So they got a target on their back, and now that A-Town's done so well here in the preseason, they got a target on their back. So a big game here in early December.
Yeah, a lot of buzz surrounding just the basketball culture here at A-Town as a whole. Of course, your girls are off to an 8-1 start. The boys are off to a 6-0 start, 14-1 between two sides. I mean, still a lot of basketball ahead, but basketball heavy definitely here at A-Town High School. And boy, what a great season potentially here for both sides. A-Town coming in off of a tough loss in that regional championship game there at West Central last year. A lot of their players are back here this season. This is the first time we get to see them here in front of their home crowd here. And they're going to look to, make an impact here, especially in these home games, because you don't want to lose too many of those home games knowing that you've got a target on your back, knowing you got a lot of your players back from that team that could certainly make a run come postseason time.
Yeah, and I think you made a good point too. Boys team pushes the girls team pushes the boys team, so that builds that atmosphere of just the competitive edge when you're going through the hallways here on a normal school day. But then the other side of this thing is, I look at Coach Link and what he's done to his schedule. His non-conference schedule is really, really tough. Well, guess what? Hey, Coach Link, I don't want you to be the only guy that's getting your schedule toughened up. But we better toughen it up for the girls' side. And obviously we play off each other. And Coach Link, I pick his brain every now and again. He picks my brain every now and again. I think it makes both teams better for it. And I'm kind of, like I said, I'm really anxious to see how tonight goes and that level of play that Sherrard brings to the court.
Certainly something that we're going to keep an eye on here is going to be the size of Sherrard. I don't know if it's something in the water that they've got up there in Rock Island County. I mentioned that in the first game of the night, but there's a lot of tall dudes as you're watching Sherrard warm up here there, Coach. A lot of players 5'10" or taller. Matter of fact, looking at the varsity roster, there's only two players that I can see that are under 5'10", and they're not much behind it at 5'9". So, I mean, this is a tall group that are coming in here tonight. A-Town certainly going to be on the size disadvantage, but we saw size disadvantage in the JV matchup, and A-Town was able to get the win there. What do you do when you're dealing with a size mismatch? What do you do to counteract that and go out there to try to win this ball game?
Well, the biggest thing is usually it's rebounding, right? So I always say rebounding's effort. I mean, Avery Stiegel for us is one of our leading rebounders, and she's not always the biggest person out on the court. She just takes a lot of effort and energy and brings that to our side and kind of obviously gives us a rebounding edge at times. And you look out there at Sherrard, I know they're very, very athletic. They like to play full court. So therefore, if they are in full court, we got to match that intensity. We got to match that energy and enthusiasm. And how can't you do it with your first game at home and want to show the home crowd what you're all about and how you did things at Bushnell and just let that carry over into the season.
Of course, that coming off that tournament win against, that tournament was, that was a tough tournament for A-Town, playing a lot of teams relatively close. And I tell you, there's just going to be some good games this season. And this is our first time getting to see them here on their home floor. Pretty excited for this one here as we're about to see a battle of undefeated teams as the A-Town Tornadoes will take on the Tigers of Sherrard. We've got the national anthem about to get underway. Good crowd filing in here. Once the national anthem gets started here, we'll step aside and get ready for starting lineups here, which will be going on in just a matter of moments. But the Tornadoes and the Tigers, one will suffer their first loss of the season. Who is it going to be? Feel free to get into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for here. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off coming up next here on TSSR Game Time Live. It's presented by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brent Dugan on the call here this evening as the battle of undefeateds, as the Sherrard Tigers come to A-Town, as the A-Town Tornadoes 6-0, Sherrard 4-0. Boy, we are excited for this one to get underway here in just a matter of moments. Starting lineups about to be announced here as we've got those down off to our right. And as we mentioned there just a moment ago, a lot of tall players on the Sherrard side. Number 0, Emery Partlow, first starter being announced. Followed then by number 1, that is Javin Jones. Brylan Bender then comes out as the next starter here. Number 2 this evening, a 6'4" junior. Then it's number 3, Ryder Veronda. He's the smallest player in the starting lineup at 5'9". As a senior. Number 5, Jackson Jones, the senior guard, 5'11".
They didn't. All their height is sitting on the bench there.
That's what I'm saying there, but they're going to have some good height coming in. But the 6'4" Brylan Bender certainly going to be the one to watch here this evening against the A-Town squad. A-Town, their starting lineup coming on out as the first starter. Maybe jumping the gun there a little bit. He's excited to get out onto that home floor there, Coach. Lucas Andrews, their number 0, making the start here tonight. A lot of shooters on this A-Town side and a very balanced scoring attack so far here this season. Trey Keenan, though, certainly going to be a player to watch here as he tries to fill those shoes of Jacob Hall. Very athletic guy, Trey Keenan. And he's only a sophomore here, Coach.
Yep, and he's got the same body type. You know, he's got that Jacob Hall lean and very athletic.
Alex Vouch, then, he's the sharpshooter, one of the sharpshooters anyway, number 4, followed by number 5, the young sharpshooter as well, number 5, Riker Darst. And the big man, the man in the middle, as they say, number 22, Aiden Stromson. That's your starting lineup there for A-Town. Andrews, Keenan, Fouch, Darst, and Stromson. For Sherrard, it's Partlow, Jones, Bender, Veronda, and Jones. 2 Joneses there in the Tigers starting lineup. Happy to have you along. Feel free to get into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for here tonight.
We invite that. We really do. We enjoy that, and obviously it helps us give feedback to the game and give a little more visual tense to it.
So the opening tip-off won by Stromson, and we're underway. A-Town in the home whites with the green letters, green and yellow trim on those unis. Inside pass goes to Keenan through the contact, no good. Battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Sherrard. And what you touched on early there, Coach, rebounding going to be so important there already with a second chance opportunity here in the early going.
Yeah, and then you got to take advantage of those opportunities. I'll tell you what, that was a great set that they ran right off the jump ball there, but then you got a nice set coming out of the out of bounds and just missed the pass.
Tipped and stolen away here. 7.5 to go here, just getting underway. Baseline, spinning, a whistle, and a walk there as Brylan Bender going to get called for the travel. So turnovers on both sides. No shots here 30 seconds into our contest.
Well, we talked about their height, and I know Sherrard just brings in waves of guys, and this is what they're going to want to do is bring in waves of pressure to you. And we talked about, maybe they're not as tall in the starting lineup, but they're definitely going to bring some height and some athleticism coming off that bench.
That one tipped into the backcourt. Riker Darst with it right side. 7:10 to go. That one stripped, nearly stolen away. Back to Trey Keenan right side. Over to Darst left side. He'll drive inside through the defense. Offensive rebound by Keenan. Skied up to get that one. A lot of contact. Looked like a hook there, but didn't get the call. Coming the other way, here come the Tigers. That shot no good. Tipped out of play. Last touch by Sherrard. And a little over a minute in, still no score.
You know what? I would like to see Wyatt Fouch just need to step up a half step there. I think he gets a charge call and get an early foul on them. Kind of an out of control foul there, but elected to kind of bow away from it, and obviously they missed the layup.
Riker Darst comes back the other way here as we're just underway in this one. A cross-court pass tipped and stolen away. Here comes Veranda the other way, one-on-one to the basket, misses the layup. Offensive rebound, though. Putback is up and good as it's Jackson Jones finding an open lane and laying it up and in. 2-0 Sherrard with the early lead. Tigers leading this one. Riker Darst brings it back across the timeline. It's Fouch now up top. Goes to the right, kicks it to Lucas Andrews. Into the corner, a three on the way for Darst. That's up and good. It's Riker Darst. The sophomore with all sorts of range gets that one to go. It's 3-2, A-Town with their first lead.
The one thing you talk about when you talk about Riker Darst, you talk about the way he controls the court. He sees the court real well, but we forget about he can hit that open jump shot. And I think sometimes he brings that out every now and again, and you're like, oh, man, he just hit a three. But what he does is he's always playing under control at a good pace.
He just tipped that one out of play just a moment ago. So Sherrard having to reset their offense here. Driving to the baseline, a double team comes. That one nearly stolen away, and a whistle, and the basket, and the harm. Aiden Stromson going to get called for the foul. That is Brylan Bender getting that one to go. The harm, and one.
Our help side was kind of lacking over here, closer to our bench side, and needed to just basically move over a step or two, and that would have controlled that backside and that help side.
Stromson with the foul, his first, team's first. The and one opportunity is no good. Edward joining us in the comments. Drive it inside. Oh, nice pass there. That's tipped out of bounds, though. Edward asking how it's working for ESPN. We did the ESPN Plus broadcast last year. That was a lot of fun, honestly. Let's go A-Town all the way from Gulfport, Mississippi. And Vicky into the comments also, cheering on the A-Town Tornadoes. A lot of people watching this one, though. The battle of undefeated. 6-0 A-Town, 4-0 Sherrard. Losing handle of that one. Another turnover here. A lot of turnovers here in the early going, Coach, for A-Town. Maybe some nerves in front of that home crowd as the floater, that one nearly rattled in. And the rebound comes to Alex Fouch. And a whistle and a foul is called underneath the basket for Sherrard.
Well, and the other part of that is defensive pressure, and that's what Sherrard brings every time you're down there. They make everything hard, and really it's tough to reverse the basketball, but it's more important, it's tougher to get it inside. And obviously, I like that bounce pass when you throw that down and low. But
there's Riker Darst again, found an opening. It's no good, though, as the rebound tipped out of play. Last touch by number 31, Noah Klein, into the game for Sherrard. He was the last to touch it.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes of the game, and they've subbed, 3 or 4 times already.
And they got Javin Jones back into the lineup here.
Not necessarily the Grinnell style by any means, but they're definitely making some substitutions.
Trey Keenan with the basketball off the inbounds play. 5 minutes to go here. And he's going to shoot a deep three there. That one up and good. Alex Fouch We talked about they've got some sharp shooters. That's on full display there.
That's
Fouch.
a travel.
And going to the basket all the way, laying it up and in. A big answer there. That's Brylan Bender with his second basket.
One thing I noticed in the fresh soft game, Wyatt, and I watched a little bit of it, but Sherrard doesn't really necessarily care if you score. They get it up and down the court very, very well, and I like to see that.
There's Riker Darst going to take it all the way to the basket, laying it up and in. Riker Darst matching his jersey number. He's got 5 here in the early going. Bender's shot's no good. And the rebound nearly stripped away. Wow, a lot of contact there. They're going to call a tie-up. It'll stay with Sherrard. 8-6, A-Town with the early lead. Boy, the contact, you can tell this one matters to these players out there. They don't want that undefeated run to end anytime soon.
Well, and give Aiden Strumson a little bit of the credit on Riker Dart's drive there. He just kind of sealed his guy, and you want to call that a moving screen or you want to call that a post-up. Either way, you're getting away with it, and that's a nice job on his end.
Andrews nearly came away with the steal on the inbounds play. Up top, 13 on the shot clock. Driving inside, kicks it into the corner. Klein lost the handle, out of bounds. Though last touch by A-Town. They've got 6 seconds, though, on the shot clock. Playing with the shot clock here in the early season.
I know last night we did it, and I kind of forgot about it during our game, but we don't ever have to worry about that. We fired up after one pass, but the other team I know got stuck with a couple violations of the shot clock.
And
there
there's that shot clock violation. It will be a turnover for Sherrard, and something that all schools are eventually going to have to get used to there. And, you know, we talked about it during the girls' game, but their coach, but I don't know what your opinion is on it, but I think it's going to bring out some good basketball in the state of Illinois. There's going to be some growing pains, obviously, but I think it's going to bring out some good basketball here in the state of Illinois.
And I watched it in the Super Sectional, heard us in the fourth quarter. I watched, you know, also we're the beneficiary of it when you got a Kennedy Quinn who can dribble out the clock, and it's tough catching her anyway.
Yep.
But, yeah, there's also sometimes when you just basically dribble out the clock. And I think it alleviates that, and you got to play better basketball and be better passers. And that's what brings the game, and I agree with you on that note.
Well, the argument I've always heard is, it's going to create bad shots. And it's like, well, if you can't get a good shot in almost 30 seconds, nice pass there, but that is tipped around. Fouch ends up with it in the corner, another 3, halfway down and out. As the offensive rebound for a moment into the hands of A-Town, but lost it, and now
I don't know about the hold call there.
Foul is going to be called
on Owen.
Owen Timmons into the ball game here. He's wearing number 10, not number 14. I have a 14 on my roster sheet, but he's number 10 here tonight. 3:46 to go here, opening quarter, 8-6 the score. Javid Jones will bring it up for the Tigers, wearing the purple and gold, with the gold checkerboard there on the side of those jerseys. So sharp look there for the Tigers. There's a right wing 3 on the way for Klein, halfway down and out, tipped around, out of play. Last touched by the Tigers, so it'll be A-Town basketball. Leading by 2, 3:26 to go here, early going.
I know I sub a lot. I've been told that already in the text, but Sherrard's way off my pace. I mean, they're way ahead of my pace, sorry.
And then you got to, for you guys, it's more you got to keep your bodies fresh as best you can because of the smaller roster size here, but Sherrard's got a huge roster size here. On top of the key, there's Colby Hightower into the game for the first time here tonight. Keenan back to Hightower, top of the key. He'll shoot a 3. That one no good, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Ryder Veranda. 3 minutes to go here, opening quarter. 8-6 our score, and then throwing that one away. Boy, moving a little quickly there are the Tigers.
Number 3 just had no one guarding him there, and honestly, he could have dribbled up for about another 10 feet, and I think that's what their coach was talking about. He needed to bring that up and take it to the gap and be aggressive with the basketball.
Sherrard under the leadership of Alex Johnson. Handing it off to Hightower off the inbounds play. Here's Keenan with it, left side. Back to Darst up top. 2:50 to go here, opening quarter. Right side.
Timmons got a size advantage inside.
Carson Slagle into the ball game.
Kind of switched off there, so he doesn't have as much of a size advantage, but there for a while, he had a size advantage down low.
Hightower going to the baseline. Nice pass. Owen Timmons cuts to the basket, lays it up and in. Owen Timmons extends the lead. It's a 4-point lead. Here come the Tigers quickly, though, the other way. Top of the key, back to the free throw line. Inside, might have got away with an elbow there. Turn around, kicks it. That's tipped out. and nearly
I
stolen
love
by
it.
a nice play there by Hightower. And then quickly, here come the Tigers the other way, under the basket, laying it up and in, and a foul. It's Javin Jones. A lot happening on that play. Effort on both sides, and the Tigers get that one to go and the harm.
And that's one of those things, too. You know, here Timmons gets his second foul, but, you know, it's kind of a unfortunate situation. You had Hightower just busting it out here out front and gets a tip pass and gets on the floor and does it the way you're supposed to do it, and then all of a sudden, boom, a turnover. Really doesn't mean a turnover, but it probably results into a turnover.
As that one no good on the and one opportunity. Free throws been an issue for both sides here in the early going. 10-8 still our score. 2:05 to go here in the opening quarter. Slagle hands it off right side to Trey Keenan. Keenan inside pass, extra pass. Good ball movement here by A-Town. Here's Hightower. Free throw line to Darst. Darst kicks it left side. Driving in is Slagle. Spin move. And he's fouled. Boy, that ball movement on that possession was something really nice there, Coach. And
I enjoy ball movement. I haven't seen it at the girls level. Not that we want to talk about girls basketball all the time, but that's where I want our girls to get to at some point in time during the season. We aren't there yet, but when you see that, then you see mismatches and you see other advantages you can take. Take to the hole, or you can shoot that jump shot.
1:45 to go here, opening quarter. Up top, it's Darst. Free throw line, kicks it to Hightower, into the corner to Keenan. He'll shoot it from the corner, halfway down and out. Boy, seen a couple of open looks halfway down and out for both sides. Here come the Tigers the other way. Minute and a half to go. Into the corner, pump fake. Baseline pass, turnaround, hook shot. That's no good. That's big number 55, Gavin Contrell. Here comes Riker Darst, showing off his speed all the way to the basket, lays it up, no good, but a foul. Boy, that kid got from one way to the other, but they say that's a foul on the floor.
Oh, no way.
As the official now grabs his
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm Patriots. Sure. Yeah, well, he's sure about that. They're going to say a foul on the floor. I don't think I agree with that one either, but no, they're going to say now it's 2 shots.
Yeah, I think he got overruled.
I think he did too. Good call by these officials here tonight. Different crew than the JV game. I don't see that a ton, I don't think. But.
Well, I know all three, and I think they're elder spokesmen. Let's just call it that. They got some experience.
That foul on Emery Partlow, his first. Team's third. Both teams now with 3 here in this ball game. As Darst 0 for 1 now from the line, looking for the first point there from the free throw line for A-Town. They get it to go. 6 points early for Riker Darst. It's 11-8. Here come the Tigers. Noah Klein with it. Hands it off right side to Javin Jones. Free throw line, backing down, turn around, puts up the shot. That one's short. Rebound Klein. Offensive rebounding. Good for the Tigers on this one. Up top it goes to Veranda. Veranda with it. 53 seconds to go. 10 on the shot clock. Spin move. That's Bender. Hands it off into the corner. It's Klein. 5 seconds left. Klein got to get a shot up. Puts up the floater. That one off the back rim. No good. And the rebound goes to Hightower. Here comes Riker Darst now. 38 seconds to go. About a 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Stromson back in. Into the corner. It's Keenan. He'll drive to the baseline. Putting up the shot through the contact and a foul called.
He has just a explosiveness that you can't teach, and I'd like to see that. And obviously getting it to the wing side and going right to the rim. That's what you got to do. Good reversal by Hayden Stromson there.
Trey Keenan, a sophomore for this A-Town side. Of course, had himself a very good football season here in the fall, and now turning his attention over to the basketball side of things. He's good on both, honestly. It's that's just a gifted athlete right there at the line.
Sure is, yeah.
28.6 seconds to go.
We talked about there's a lot of athletes out there in the court tonight.
There really
on
is.
Both sides.
And that second one no good. 0 for 2 from the line here. A-Town been struggling a little bit from the free throw line. 24 seconds to go. Gets it to Javin Jones. Still in this ball game are the Tigers, trailing by 3. Up top with 14 seconds to go. Ryder Veranda kicks it back into the corner. Jones drives inside. He's whistled. Offensive foul is called. They're going to say that is an elbow there, and now A-Town's going to have the ball back, I should say, with 8 seconds to go.
Lucas Andrews did a great job of coming over from help side and got the charge call. That's a great job by him, and it might have been a little questionable. I don't know how much contact was there on that charge, but you know what? That was a great
8 seconds
job
to
of getting
go.
that.
Here comes Fouch quickly the other way, all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. Alex Fouch in the blink of an eye, quickly the other way. The Tigers' shot is no good. How about that to end our first quarter? Makes it a 5-point game with that basket by Alex Fouch. He's got 5. We'll take a break. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as you're watching coverage of A-Town Sports, presented by Mid-Century Fiber here on TSSR. End of the first quarter, the A-Town Tornadoes, a 5-point lead. Would have been a 3-point lead, but what a play there right before we went to break there. Coach Alex Fouch finding an opening on an inbounds pass with it less than 8 seconds to go and laying it up and in here right before the clock expired. 5-point lead for the Tornadoes after 1.
And that was a great job. You know, you get the defensive play there by Lucas Andrews taking the charge, and with 8 seconds left, a quick substitution by Coach Link throwing Fouch in there and getting him on the entry pass, and then he obviously got fed the ball by the wing over here, and a nice little layup right before the quarter ended.
And they get the ball to start the second quarter, so kind of that 2-for-1 there you like to see. And a nice pass, Aiden Strompson cutting to the basket, lays it up and in, and a foul! Aiden Strompson gets the hoop and the harm.
Great little curl cut by Aiden, and nice delivery from the wing over here. They tried that play earlier, but didn't get as much luck out of it. I'd like to see Haytown. They make some free throws here, and you're going to be starting to put Sherrard in a catch-up position.
Strompson
just not making them.
0 for 1 there from the free throw line on that trip. The and one opportunity no good. A 7-point lead here for A-Town. Biggest lead here in the ball game. It's Noah Klein, kicks it now to Jackson Jones. Back up to Klein. Over to Partlow. Up top, it's Bender. Brylan Bender going to go to the baseline. Right-handed layup. That's no good, but a foul. 7:28 to go here, second quarter. Good to have you with us. Feel free to get into the comments. Let us know your reaction. First quarter in the books. And a good first quarter here. This one going to go down to the wire. You get the sense. 2 undefeated teams here as the first one on the way. Boy, both teams really struggling from the line there.
The old classic line, there's a reason when they call them free, but right now the frees they're not taking advantage of those free throws and putting some points on the board.
And Bender's second one also off the back rim, no good. Coach, what do you say as a head coach? What do you say to your players when the struggles are starting here at the free throw line early in the game?
Well, we all know that it can become kind of a psychological thing that gets in your head, and you just try to make it real. Hey, it's a 15-foot shot. No one's guarding you. Take your time. Take a deep breath and just make the free throw. You've done it. I watch their practices. They shoot free throws a lot. So there's just that one sense that you got to get that out of your head and say, hey, it's an easy shot. It's free throw. It's no one guarding you. So take advantage of it.
Nice play there defensively. Alex Fouch pokes that one out of bounds. Emery Partlow will inbound the ball now for the Tigers.
And I wish I had a magical answer for you on that, Wyatt, because we miss our fair share as well.
Up top it goes. There's a 3 on the way. Off the back rim, it's no good. And the Tigers really struggling. And a whistle and a tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it here with the Tigers. They'll reset the shot clock there to 20.
What I like about Lucas Andrews right there, I mean, he's gotten 2 or 3 tie-ups in this game just by being in the right spot at the right time.
Well, and I talked to Coach Link before the game, and he said he's not going to fill it up on the stat sheet, but he's kind of that spark plug that you need on a team. Nice play. Going to the basket, laying it up and in. Ryder Veranda gets that to go for the Tigers. A much-needed basket there, but that spark plug, something you really need on your team there. It's what you look for as a head coach, and he had nothing but good things to say about Lucas when I talked to him in the pregame.
Yeah, and he's the top defensive back for the football team, so obviously he's going to know how to guard people, especially in space, and he's got a knack for it, that's for sure.
Is coming the other way here, the Tigers into the corner. That one tipped out of bounds, maybe. We'll see.
They're looking at one another.
They're looking at each other, but they're going to say that's going to the Tigers.
Well, and you know, you saw a game last night where deflections meant a lot in the disruption of a lot of plays, and that plays a factor. And
well, it messes with your flow, and it messes just with your your psyche a little bit there, because you're thinking, man, you're making good passes, but boy, still they're just tipping the ball away. It's unfortunate if you're on the receiving end of those tip passes. There's a 3 right wing on the way. It's up, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson Jones. So it'll be A-Town basketball here, 15-10 our score, 6:13 to go here in the first half. Hightower with basketball now as he'll bring it up the floor. Alex Fouch with it left side, 6:05 to go. Hightower in the corner. Fouch now with it, gets a screen from Keenan. Good ball movement here, A-Town, Riker Darst back to Hightower, goes to the free throw line, over to Darst, left wing, he'll shoot a 3. Oh, an open look, it's up and good. Riker Darst has got another one, it's his second 3 of the night.
Oh, guys wide open underneath.
And a whistle and a travel the other way for the Tigers.
You know, we talk about this all the time in our practices, but that's footwork, and you didn't go left, right into that, and when you don't, you go right, left, and you take that extra step. Good call by the ref there, and eyeballing that play. And obviously they had somebody open wide open underneath there.
Well, maybe they were rushing things a little bit there to try to get to that. But an 8-point lead here for A-Town, and certainly off to a good start here in this one in the battle of undefeateds. Hightower will move to the right. Kicks it back up top. Riker Darst with it. Over to Lucas Andrews. Andrews, inside pass, goes to Fouch.
That was a little forced, I think.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Got to move here. Darst into the corner. There's Fouch, a 3 on the way. That one off the rim, no good. A good look.
There's Lucas again.
And a defensive play, turning into offense. Lucas Andrews lays it up and in, and a foul.
You know why? You got it right. We talked about it earlier in the first quarter on where he's in the right place, right time, always around the basketball, always making a positive play, and obviously just out hustling his guys, the other guys.
Taking that ball away, getting it up and in, and a foul. The foul on Jones. That's Jackson Jones. He'll get the and one. A rare free throw made here in this one, and that's the biggest lead of the contest here for the Tornadoes. And a whistle. We've got a timeout. How about this start here? We got 5:05 to go here, quarter number 2. A-Town out in front by 11. We'll take a break. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brent Dugan on the call here this evening as the A-Town Tornadoes, on an 8-2 run to start quarter number 2 as we approach the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes gone, that is. 5:05 to go here in the second quarter. 21-10 our score. Coach Dugan, that 8-2 run here, kind of surprising really for both sides. We thought this one going to be really, really close, but here in the early going, it's been all A-Town here, especially since the later portions of that first quarter.
Yeah, and if you're looking at it, all things being equal, I mean, A-Town just out hustling Sherrard right now. Not just in, on the floor play, but more so getting extra rebound or, getting extra touches and getting rebounds, getting in a better position, and just, like I said, out hustling Sherrard to this point.
5 minutes to go as we're back underway here after the timeout by the Tigers. Nice pass to the baseline. Klein lays it up. Oh, good defense there by Trey Keenan to force the miss. Offensive rebound, though. Another chance here for the Tigers. Turnaround hook shot. That one up and good. It's Brylan Bender finally getting a basket to go for the Tigers.
What I like there is they're out of their timeout. They made, that was a great possession, made a great play. Just used A-Town's aggressiveness against them a little bit on a backdoor cut. And obviously got a nice little.
Nice pass inside. Keenan can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Andrews can't get it to go. Keenan gets it back. And that one lost out of play.
Oh, no.
Last touched by Keenan.
That was not off Keenan.
Gavin Cottrell coming in. Number 55 for the Tigers. Aiden Stromson back into the game as well.
Little strategy going on here with Coach Link and what Sherrard's doing substitution-wise. They went big, and here comes Aiden Stromson right in the lineup off Coach Link's bench.
21-12 the score here with 4:12 to go here, second quarter. Here's Bender with it, picks up the dribble, looking for help now. Got to get it to Klein, top of the key. That's a deep three. Oh, that one's up and good. Doesn't matter how deep it is. Noah Klein hits that one.
We've seen a couple threes. Fouch hitting a shot from deep, and then you got Klein hitting that shot from deep. You don't take those shots unless you know you've done it before and you're confident in your shooting.
He hit that one from practically Avon, man. That was a deep shot. Here we are in Abingdon. I mean, that one goes all the way back to Avon, it feels like. Goodness.
Yeah, almost got an over and back call on that shot.
Under 4 minutes to go here, 21-15. Sherrard on a little 5-0 burst after A-Town got out to a 11-point lead. So a little 5-0 mini run here for Sherrard.
For you A-Town fans, that was Wyatt that jinxed us on the 8-2 run there. And
I do it all the time here. 8 seconds to go. The announcer's jinx lives strong here. As 3 seconds on the shot clock. Hightower going to the basket, lays it up. That one no good. No shot clock violation, but another miss. A defensive stop here for the Tigers. Inside pass. Oh, can't get that one to go. And the rebound goes to Trey Keenan. 3:15 to go. Keenan with it right side. He'll get it up top. Darst will shoot it right side. 3 on the way. Off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound back to Keenan. Here comes Darst going the other way, and a foul is called. Riker Darst. We're going to say that one, I think, on the floor. 3:02 to go here, second quarter. Oh, it'll be 2 shots, beg pardon, as Riker Darst will go back to the line. He's got 9 points here in this contest. 21-15 our score.
9 points, and I think he needs a haircut, although I'm envious of that hair he's got going right there, that little flow.
I am too, I tell you. I am too. Darst with the first one, no good. That's the 3rd foul, by the way, on Emery Pertlow. So he's dealing with foul trouble. Sherrard is out of fouls to give with 3 minutes to go here, so A-Town will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Second one up and good for Darst. He's now into double figures, 22-15.
And I know Coach Lincoln that you look at the board and you got that 5th foul just lingering. You got to take advantage of these things.
Klein with a quick shot the other way, no good. Offensive rebound, back to Klein. Klein hands it off to Bender. He's cutting to the basket. That shot no good, but a foul is called. And it'll be a foul on Aiden Stromson.
I think that's his
Is
first.
that his? That's his second.
Second, okay. You got Keenan. You don't want to see a second or third foul on him right here. I thought A-Town's defense was a little bit lazy here for how good they have been playing for the better part of almost 2 quarters.
That free throw's no good by Bender. Brylan Bender with 6 points to lead the way for the Tigers. Scoring's been at a premium here after a very good first quarter. Second one on the way, it's no good.
Both teams struggling from the free throw line, or otherwise this game would be, in the 30s, upper 20s.
Darst will hand it off to Trey Keenan. 2:35 to go here in the second. Alex Fouch with it. Setting up the offense near the logo. Over to Darst now, left side. 15 on the shot clock. Back to Keenan, right side. 10 seconds. Ooh, Stromson nearly hitting an elbow there. Top of the key, a 3! It's Alex Fouch! From downtown, a 3 and a timeout for A-Town.
I like Coach Link's timeout here. Everybody thinks, hey, what's he calling timeout for? He's getting substitutions in. He's getting guys off the floor that have maybe 2 or 3 fouls.
So this is a quick 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. As you're watching coverage of A-Town Sports, brought to you by Mid-Century Fiber here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed and girls basketball head coach Brent Dugan joining me here. Good to have you with us here, Coach, as your girls off to a hot start here this season, but hope to have you on some boys games as we go through the season.
This is my 8th year in girls basketball. And in my second year, working with you, and love your coverage on the girls basketball and how you do things, and how you bring a lot of enthusiasm to this. I remember when I first started coaching with girls, and the likes of Joe Siebens' kid, Kaylee Sieben, who played for me. And, we struggled a little bit. And just to see where the program's grown to this point, it's always a good to see that growth. And obviously the boys program is just doing just as well. So
a lot of interest in A-Town basketball on both sides. We're just seeing it in the numbers that we are putting up here with some of our streams. I mean, when we started doing this, we were having, we were lucky to reach 30 viewers, but the way you and Coach Link have certainly turned around both programs, you've got a lot of people interested in your programs, and you guys have done some good work. That one up and good. What a play there by Ryder Veronda. Gets that one to go. It's 25-17 after that basket. 1:43 to go here in the first half as Trey Keenan with it right side. Back up top to Riker Darst. A-Town looking to finish strong here. They've led pretty much the entire way outside of the opening basket going in for Sherrard. Here's Fouch, a left wing three on the way!
Oh, he got
through
hit.
the contact, it doesn't matter! Alex Fouch for three!
I love that shot, and there was contact on that, and I saw the referee just say get up, but buddy, you got fouled.
28-17 with 1:10 to go here in the first half. Alex Fouch getting hot. He's got 11. Turnaround shot. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Keenan.
Keenan just got that extra hop. It's hard to.
And they are doing a flop warning, I believe, on Alex Fouch. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
You get a warning, and then it's a tee, so that's a big call right there, especially if you don't get it corrected.
So coming the other way. Tried to cut to the basket, but nearly turned over. Klein kicks it. Driving the baseline, Quinn O'Donnell, a whistle and a blocking call.
I think
that'll be a foul on Alex Fouch, who's been tough going here the last couple of minutes.
I think if he just sticks his chest out and stands his ground, he's going to get a charge call there, but he kind of leaned back a little bit, and that's why he didn't get the call.
30-second timeout called by Sherrard. We'll take a break. We're back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Dumbest thing ever, I tell you.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call, joined by girls basketball coach Brent Dugan, 51.5 seconds to go here in the first half as we get ready to go here. Sherrard will have the basketball here, an 11-point lead, tied for the biggest lead that they've had here in the first half, coach, and you just want to finish strong here. Got to play some good defense on this possession, and who knows, try to go down and get another basket. There's another offensive rebound, though. Put back no good. Trey Keenan comes away with a rebound. Here comes Riker Darst now with it. 42 seconds to go, going quickly the other way. Slagle, good ball movement here. It's up top to Keenan. Right side to Lucas Andrews. 25 on the shot clock. Here's Darst, a little floater. Can't get the bank shot to go. Rebound comes out to Sherrard. Bender kicks it into the corner. It's Veronda now with it. Free throw line. Kicks it Noah Klein. O'Donnell now. 18 seconds. Sherrard might play for the last shot here. 15 seconds, nearly lost it. 12 seconds left. Noah Klein, a right wing three on the way. Halfway down and out. Offensive rebound.
Oh,
shot
Keenan
up.
just got two.
No good, but a foul is called on Trey Keenan. Brylan Bender will go to the line. Bender leading the way with 6 points here tonight. 6.9 seconds to go here in the second.
How you calling that on the shot? Looked like he was on the floor, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly did, but
I mean, Sherrard listeners are probably saying, well, what else was he going to do with it? But
I guess, yeah, that's a good point, but first free throws up, no good. Boy, free throws have continued to be an issue for both sides, but A-Town now is going to have a chance here potentially to get themselves a last-second shot here in the first half, leading by 11. Brylan Bender, second free throw on the way. It's up and good. Bender now with 7. 28-18 our score. Inbounds play. Here they come. 5 seconds left. It's Slagle. Slagle hands it off to Darsta. Deep three at the buzzer. No good.
Oh.
And I think that one might have went if they got it up.
Yeah.
Lucas Andrews, I think that was good if it went. But
Again, right man, right spot. He got a nice tip in there at the buzzer.
That was a good play there. Good effort by Lucas Andrews at the end of the first half, but a dominant first half for the A-Town Tornadoes as they lead. Their lead has been as high as 11. They lead by 10 in the battle of undefeateds, Sherrard and A-Town. One team will suffer their first loss of the season. We're 2 quarters away from finding out who. We'll step aside as we've got a special interview here with our friend Dwayne in the halftime. And then when we come back, we'll take a look at the numbers, recap the first half, and get you going with the second half. As it's been a fun one. A-Town with a 10-point lead. We are back in just a bit. Keep it here. TSSR Game Time Live. It's presented by MDH.
All right. Oh, welcome back. We're here with Adrian McGregor. Adrian, you're a Macomb guy.
Yes.
So you're living in Macomb, working at MDH.
Yes.
What's your position?
So I'm the Vice President of Clinical and Support Services here at the hospital. I have about 120 employees that roll up my direction through the organizational chart. And probably the easiest way to explain, is I have a great group of department directors that work for me. So areas like radiology and lab and physical therapy and cardiopulmonary services, those are kind of the main areas that roll my way. And then on the support side, pretty much all things with the plant, the facilities, keeping it clean, construction, all of that rolls up in my direction as well. So I never am bored, and I have plenty to do every day. So sometimes it feels like I just need more daylight than I need work. But this is a great organization, and I work with some of the best people in this community, and I'm proud of that. Mostly proud of all that they are and all that they do, and the employees and what they contribute to the organization. We have a great group.
So let's talk about construction a little bit.
Yes, sir.
There's the pharmacies getting built.
Yes.
You're constantly improving the buildings 1s and building 2.
Yes.
And then there's little things go on inside all the time too that I think people kind of miss.
Yes. Well, kind of going back to that 800,000 square foot number, there's always something going on. And I think we're going to be moving more towards a maintenance and improvement, incremental improvement over the next couple of years. One primarily is, after you have a campus, we're becoming pretty dense on this campus. The pharmacy's probably the last major project in the next couple of years, and it's a great one, don't get me wrong. But now we have to really focus on ensuring that we're staying one step ahead of maintaining these facilities, which is equally probably more challenging, quite frankly, than just building a brand new building. I'm excited to talk about the pharmacy, but to your latter comment, we're focusing a lot on removing wallpaper, painting walls, modernizing flooring, ensuring that we have level surfaces, that we don't have areas where patients would trip, converting out our lighting to ensure that it's the most energy efficient as possible, putting in redundant systems for our electricity, our HVAC systems to ensure that, okay, we may have a tornado come through, we may have storms come through, we have to have all that redundancy ready to go because, quite frankly, the people, we're in the business of people taking care of people. And somebody's grandma is a patient of ours, and we want to take care of that person as if they were ours. And so we have to have the form and the functions of systems that keep the ship running.
I think when people say construction, they think building a pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
But I would venture a guess that more often than not, most of the construction is within the facilities of what you already have. While trying in a hospital, it's if you're going to work on a room, the room has to be closed, I would imagine.
Yes.
You don't want the dust and whatever getting out in the hallway and getting into other rooms. It's not like, hey, let's go paint the house wall, right, or the living room wall. There's a lot more to it that I think construction is lost in that aspect a little bit on when we're watching all this stuff go on at the hospital.
Absolutely. Well, the focus is on patients first. And so anytime you're going to do something as simple as swap out some plumbing underneath a sink in a patient or around a patient area, there's a whole series of steps that we have to take to ensure whoever's doing the work, that they're in a contained area, that we have alternate areas for our patients to receive the same amount of care as if that area wasn't offline, to ensure that it's infection controlled. In other words, we're not creating more problems for patient care. We're trying to solve problems and create less issues and improve the area for patients. Yeah, it's a pretty extensive list that we go through prior to prepping. There are times when you wish you could just knock that project out on a quiet weekend, but we do have to follow proper protocol. And it's for best practice. It really is. It's for the ultimate goal of, yes, improving the area, but while you're doing it, you're not creating downstream problems that you really shouldn't, because you just skip 3 steps on a checklist. And we all are guilty of wanting to skip those steps, but we just don't have the luxury of doing that.
Well, Adrian, I greatly appreciate you coming and talking, and we just touched on some of the stuff that you deal with on a daily basis, so I'm sure we can talk to you again about some other things.
You bet.
But it was fun talking about the things that people kind of, I think, forget about a little bit, to get left behind. We talk about the doctors and the nurses all the time. We don't talk about the people that keep that
You bet.
stuff rolling. So I appreciate you being here. And
thank you so much. It was wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call, head coach of the girls basketball team here at A-Town. Brent Dugan will be joining us here in just a moment. He's stepped aside here for just a little bit, chatting with somebody in the stands here. So we'll let him have his time there, but he'll come and give us some color commentary in the second half as the A-Town Tornadoes leading by 10. It's been an interesting first half here. It doesn't really feel like it's a 10-point game. It feels like this game could have gone a couple of different ways. Feels like it could be a really close game, or it feels like it certainly could be, a little bit bigger of a lead here for A-Town, as both teams have really missed some free throws in this contest, and a couple of turnovers with some missed free throws, and either side certainly looks at this first half and says, well, it could have been better, could have been worse. So you look at a 10-point lead here, a battle of undefeated teams. Sherrard certainly not going to be going anywhere. I was chatting with our cameraman during the halftime interview with Dwayne, and he was saying that this thing can come down to the wire. You know what? That's not a bad prediction either. I think it could certainly come down to the wire when it's all said and done. As we take a look at the scoring numbers here in the first half, as leading scorer for A-Town is Alex Fouch, who had 11 points, three different threes in the first half there for Fouch. So he is the team leader with 11. 10 points for Riker Darst, 2 points for Aiden Stromson, Owen Timmons with 2, and 3 points for Lucas Andrews. Sherrard, their team leader, is Brylan Bender. Been a tough go offensively there for Sherrard, but the leading scorer for Sherrard with 7 points, 4 points for Ryder Veronda, 3 points for Noah Klein, 2 points for Jackson Jones, and 2 points for Javin Jones. As we're 1 minute away from getting this second half back underway here, and Coach Dugan has joined us once again here on the headset. And Coach, what's your reaction to that first half, and what kind of adjustments do you think both sides really need to make? Of course, starting with A-Town leading by 10.
A-Town, I think they just make their free throws. They might be up another 10 points, but what they're doing a good job. I know they've lost a couple players there, and if Sherrard just, dump it down inside or whatever, they're going to get some easier buckets. But I do like how their defensive movement and their substitutions are just coming in. They're really not losing any strides at all. And as for Sherrard, like I said, I think they just need to make that extra pass at this point in time. I do like Veranda, how he comes. He's all of 5'9", but he goes in that lane like he's 6'4". You know, he goes in that lane and he does some good things. And I would tell him personally, he needs to get in there into that lane and make some things happen, whether it be via shot, via pass, or just getting off the bounce. Because I thought he did some effective things there in the second quarter.
As we get ready to go here, you're watching coverage of A-Town Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by our friends at Mid-Century Fiber. They're our sponsor for A-Town Sports this winter season. We appreciate them for jumping on board. Our third quarter about to get underway here. 28-18, A-Town with the lead with the basketball as Riker Darst will start with it. And as I said before you got on the mic there, Coach, I said if you're Sherrard, you kind of get the sense that it certainly could be a lot worse. You're here at a 10-point game, just a small run, you're right back into this ball game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a turnover. That's not what you want to do to start the second half. But yeah, I agree with you. If you just make a little 4 or 6 point run here if you're Sherrard, and that's a good start, getting a good defensive possession there, and then all of a sudden you look up the scoreboard, you're only down so many points, and you're right back in the ball game.
7:38 to go here, just underway, third quarter. Good to have you with us. Feel free to get into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for here. Vicky with some advice just before we went to our interview. There's a step-back jumper on the way. That one no good. Battle for the rebound, offensive rebound. Put back Bender can't get it to go, and the rebound goes to Stromson. Vicky says watch the fouls, though. Oh, my goodness. Lucas Andrews missed the layup on the other end.
Yeah, those hurt because that's a 2-point play that you can't get back. And
we got a whistle and a foul call. That is going to be 2 fouls quickly on A-Town. Good evening to you as well there, Jason Arthur, joining us in the comments here this evening. Got a good one here. Battle of undefeated teams. A-Town 6-0, Sherrard 4-0. Noah Klein with it. He hit 1 3. He's going to try another one. That one halfway down and out. We got a whistle and an over the back. I don't know about that one either there, Coach. Looked pretty clean on that rebound to me.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if he had the better position, but he certainly wasn't out of position, if you ask me. But there you go. I'm not a hometown guy here. I'm actually saying that was not a foul on Sherrard.
Well, Alex Fouch, he's going to step on the sideline. So another turnover here for A-Town, and things a little out of sorts here in the early going to start quarter number 3 for both sides.
You know what, and then that's what I don't like. The referee needs to stay back there, and I know him personally. There's a reason he ran out of bounds. There isn't like we usually run in straight lines. We don't really run out of bounds, so somehow he got pushed, but that's a lost call anymore.
6:48 to go here. Noah Klein with it up top. Inside pass. Little turnaround shot. Bender's shot is blocked, but a foul is called. And that'll send Brylan Bender to the line, the team leader in scoring here. You mentioned A-Town with free throws, but, Sherrard feels like if they were able to hit some free throws, it'd be a 1, maybe a 2-possession ball game here. Both sides really been struggling here from the free throw line throughout this contest. Bender back to the line. As he gets the first one up, it's good.
Yeah, and Aiden, I don't know what you're complaining about there. You actually, hand on hand there, and that's definitely affecting the shot, and you're going to get that call against you. So the way it goes, keep your head in the game. 3
quick fouls here for A-Town here, so going to watch those fouls, as Vicky was saying here before we went to half.
Another missed free throw.
Free throw, no good. Owen Timmons with the rebound. Bringing it up is Riker Darst. 6:35 to go. A-Town looking for their first basket here in this quarter as it goes to Trey Keenan. Keenan kicks it. Andrews into the corner. Riker Darst. Darst gets a screen from Timmons. Now back up top to Andrews near the logo. 12 to shoot. Here's Darst, gets a free throw. That one tipped. Owen Timmons, they were looking for him. That one tipped around, gets it back into the corner. Open look, Fouch for 3. That one is good. Through all the confusion, Alex Fouch gets that one to go, and A-Town leads.
That wasn't the best pass I've ever seen Riker Darst throw. Obviously, it was a turnover. But what I like to see is he continued on the play, Wyatt, and sure enough, got the ball in his hands and made a nice delivery across court to Fouch.
Biggest lead of the day here for A-Town. Keenan, a quick three the other way. That one no good. 5:45 to go, third quarter, 31-19, a 12-point lead. Nearly intercepted. It is intercepted by Trey Keenan. Gets it to Darst. Extra pass. Here comes Andrews. Right-handed layup. Lay it up and in. Timeout on the floor.
Oh, you gotta like that, Wyatt.
Timeout on the floor for Sherrard. Things getting away from him. Biggest lead of the day for A-Town at 14. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brent Dugan on the call here from A-Town High School. The A-Town Tornadoes currently leading this thing, 33-19. 5:34 to go here, third quarter. A-Town with a quick 5-0 burst after Sherrard hit a free throw, but it's been all A-Town really since late in the first quarter, you feel like. That's when A-Town kind of started to get control of this ball game, and but man, they finished that first half pretty strong, and now starting the second half just as strong. Their biggest lead here this ball game.
Well, then what do you got to like about Sherrard here?
Going all the way to the basket. A nice move there. Noah Klein getting to the basket. Sorry about that, Coach.
No, you're all right. I was kind of watching the elevator play take place, and there's no help side obviously there, but I don't think you want to play full court with A-Town, and that's one of those things Sherrard has done this point in time in the year.
Riker Darston open three left side. That one no good. Rebound Bender gets it back. Here's Noah Klein. He'll bring it up the floor. The big man Noah Klein picks up the dribble, kicks it. Getting it left side. Inside pass back to Bender. Bender turnaround shot. Contact. No call, but they get that one to go. Brylan Bender, he's into double figures. It's 33-23.
Good answer by Sherrard here out of the timeout. They're doing a little run and jump.
Nice pass. They found Keenan, but that one is going to be out of play. Had Trey Keenan open for a moment, but the pass, good closeout there for Sherrard. Able to tip that one away.
Yeah, they're doing a little run and jump here in the half court. I like to see that. They had to change something up, and that was a good play by Sherrard there.
33-23 our score. Lucas Andrews with the inbounds pass. Now to Alex Fouch, 4.5 to go here, third quarter, 20 on the shot clock. Kicks it right side, Riker Darst, 15 to shoot.
I'd like to see get Fouch. He's got the hot hand.
He is, a right wing three, it's up and good, right on cue, Coach. Alex Fouch with 17. 4:12 to go here in the third. Klein kicks it, Bender, he's got it, free throw line, drives all the way to the basket, missed the layup. Rebound, fought for, back out to Klein, a pump fake, step back, thought about it. Now it's nearly intercepted by Andrews. And driving inside, driving to the basket, kicks it to Bender. It's tipped and stolen away. Keenan comes away with it, 3:50 to go here. Driving, Keenan gonna go all the way to the basket, through the contact, lays it up and in, and a foul.
There's not many four, when you're talking about, levels of play, you got a four out there on the court right now with Trey. He can play one, he can play the two. Very versatile player, and you saw it right there with him going to the hoop and breaking this game open to a 15-point advantage.
Sherrard with their second foul here in this third quarter, as Trey Keenan, that's his first basket of the ball game.
Well, and there you go with Partlow. It's going to the bench with his fourth foul, too, and that's big in this game.
And one is good for Trey Keenan, 39-23, biggest lead of the ball game for A-Town. The battle of undefeateds. A-Town has had control here since midway through the first. They hand it off. Up top, that's poked, stolen away by Fouch. Boy, he does have the hot hand now on both sides. Fouch with 17. 3:25 to go here in the quarter. Riker Darst has it, free throw line, nice pass. Slagle gets underneath the basket, lays it up and in. Carson Slagle gets it to go, 41-23, 18-point lead for the Tornadoes. Kicks it right side. It's Klein coming up on 3 minutes to go. Brylan Bender, a jumper from the elbow. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Bender gets it back all the way to the rack. He'll lay it up and in, and a foul.
A lot of contact on that backside of the floor.
2:59 to go here in the third as A-Town will pick up their fourth foul. 41-25 now the score. As Brylan Bender will go to the line where he has struggled here throughout this ball game. That foul on Carson Slagle, it's his first. Team's fourth. Rebound tipped out of bounds.
Man.
Last touch by A-Town.
There's just a lot of contact on when you're going up for a rebound. You either got to get lower and stronger, or there's going to be those type of plays where they're getting tip balls and getting rebounds. That's what's going on right now. Sherrard just playing a little more physical.
2:57 to go. Nice pass on the inbounds play. Bender gets open and lays it up and in. Brylan Bender with 2 baskets back to back. 41-27 the score. Keenan kicks it Darst into the corner. He'll step back. He thought about it. Keenan now gets inside. He'll go to the basket. Missed the layup.
Missed the shot I know he wants back, and he could have definitely made a good play on that one.
Kicks it to Klein, open in the corner, thought about it. Now here comes Javin Jones going inside, splitting the defense, missed the layup.
Good position by Keenan.
Here's Keenan, gets it. Alex Fouch, 2:24 to go. Got to move his Fouch. Fouch will drive through the contact, and a blocking foul is called. Boy, that looked like something you'd see on the football field. My goodness, the contact on that one.
I'm watching Coach Quinn over there. Ricky, he liked that hit. I mean, he hadn't seen a hit like that since, about a month and a half ago. But, yeah, that was one of those plays there in basketball. Just 2 bodies running into each other trying to make plays.
It is on the floor. It's the 3rd foul on Sherrard. That foul going to be the 3rd on Javin Jones. And A-Town needs to get somebody to inbound the basketball. That'll be Riker Darst. Colby Hightower will check out. Darst looking, gets it all the way back to Lucas Andrews, and they'll bring it back up the floor. 23 on the shot clock. Plenty of time on this possession here. 2:15 to go. Keenan will kick it right side to Carson Slagle. Slagle will drive, baseline. Puts up the shot. Carson Slagle gets it to go.
I like how Carson Slagle plays off 2 feet. He does a good job of that. Gets in the lane, and it makes it a tough guard. I mean, usually it looks like a foul.
And that one goes off the shoe of an A-Town defender, so it goes out of play. It'll be Sherrard basketball trailing by 16. Noah Klein with the basketball. He'll inbound it, tries to get it up top, and they'll get it to Veronda. Ryder Veronda kicks it left side. Noah Klein from deep 3-point range. That one's up and good. Noah Klein from a different zip code gets that one to go. 43-30.
That was a bomb. That was out there, man.
So deep. We're seeing some deep shots go in for both sides. Keenan will step back. He'll shoot the 3. No good. That good rebound there by Carson Slagle.
Yeah, good job by Carson. He's worming his way in there. Good job by him.
There's Owen Timmons. He's got it. Picks up his dribble. A whistle and a foul called. That'll be on the floor. He'll reset the shot clock to 20. With 1:20 to go here in the third. A-Town leading by 13. We talked about it early in the game, Coach, but rebounding certainly has been the story here in this one. As second chance opportunities for A-Town there with the offensive rebounding, but also the defensive rebounding has been good as well. Shutting down possessions for the Tornadoes. That's how they've been able to get themselves a 13-point lead. 1:15 to go here in the third. Riker Darst with it. He'll drive inside all the way to the basket, through to the contact. And a foul is called, and that'll send A-Town to the line. That'll be the 5th foul on Sherrard, and that'll put them over the limit for the last 68 seconds here in this quarter.
And I think A-Town's done a great job here the last half of the quarter. You know, they've stretched the lead by 3 points, but more importantly, when they needed to get downhill, that's what they've done here. The last 3 or 4 minutes, they're getting some shots going to the hoop, and they're getting to the foul line, and it makes the free throws.
44-30, as Riker Darst now with 11 points. Off the back rim, it's no good. Second leading scorer on the A-Town side. 44-30 our score. As we approach 1 minute to go here in the third. Splitting the defense. Nice play by Veronda, who lost his footing.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe because of the contact. We got a whistle and a timeout called by Sherrard.
I don't know how you don't call a foul there.
I'm kind of surprised myself. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here because we got a break coming up at the end of the quarter anyway.
I do like how Verena, I mean, there he got tripped on the play. He's holding it together pretty well, and it's one of those things where you easily could lose your cool there because, you know, frustration and not getting the call and all that good stuff. And he'd be going to the free throw line if that was called. So here you got a little out-of-bounds play from the sidelines. And I've noticed that Sherrard does a nice job out of their out-of-bounds plays, getting some back cuts and getting some screen and roll type stuff going on.
52.6 seconds to go here. Quarter number 3. A-Town leading by 14. They've led by as much as 16 here in this ball game.
I'm going to take notes here on this play here. I'm pretty sure they're going to make a play out of something here.
Noah Klein will inbound the basketball here. Underneath us, I should say, as they get it to Gavin Cottrell. And now back to Klein. 48 seconds to go. Gets a big screen there from Cottrell. Kicks it into the corner. Had a moment there. Veronda will drive inside. Kicks it up top. Klein. 7 seconds to shoot. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. A lot of contact. A blocking foul is called. A late call on the blocking foul. And
why, this is what drives coaches nuts. And I know there's a trip play that drives the Sherrard coach nuts. And then you got Riker Darson help side just waiting for the guy to come at him. Gets leveled to the floor and should have been the beneficiary of a charge call there, no doubt.
35.9 seconds to go here. Both teams over the limit, so that'll send Noah Klein to the line here tonight. He's got 8 points. Second leading scorer for Sherrard as that first one's up and good. He's now at 9, 44-31.
Why, this is a little bit closer shot than he's shot to this point in the game.
He shot some bombs here in this one. Second one on the way, it's up and good.
I really like his release. He has a good-looking shot. The ball just goes through his hands very nicely.
44-32 the score. 35.9 seconds to go. Andrews will inbound the basketball. And it goes to Carson Slagle. So A-Town, a very slight difference between shot and game clock. They can still play for the last shot if they want to. There goes Darst, gonna go all the way to the basket, doesn't matter. Riker Darst found the opening, lays it up and in.
Unless you got a layup like that was a great play. He just denied the screen and took it right to the hoop with a little jab step.
46-32, 13 seconds to go. Lost it out of bounds, last touched by A-Town. 11.7 to go.
This is where Coach Link needs to put his defense. There he goes, puts Colby Hightower out there to make sure Owens doesn't get in foul trouble, and might have to go big later here in the lineup. And Veronda obviously is making some plays for Sherrard, and that's who Hightower's got to go out there and guard.
46-32, Veronda, turnaround shot off the inbound. Might have rushed that one. Offensive rebound, blocked away. 6 seconds to go. Here comes Riker Darst, 3 seconds, left-handed layup, no. Tried to put it back up, and that'll end our third quarter.
Oh, gosh darn, you just want that one to go in.
That'll end the third. A 14-point lead for the Tornadoes. The battle of undefeateds, 1 quarter left. Who will remain undefeated? We'll find out. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Oh.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed and Brent Dugan on the call here. Fourth quarter about to get underway here as the battle of undefeateds. The A-Town Tornadoes 6-0, Sherrard 4-0. One team will lose their first game, and A-Town out to a big lead here. Not the biggest lead they've had here, but for Sherrard, trying to get back into this one here. What are the early adjustments that need to happen for Sherrard if they want to get back, try to make this a close contest and avoid losing their first game of the season?
You know, I think they just got to keep taking it to the hoop. Veronda's got to be a little more aggressive here right now, and they're going to use him to come off a double screen. But obviously, good job by Darce out here guarding that play, and they couldn't ever get in their play.
Noah Klein, step back baseline jumper, and he couldn't get the shooter's touch. Offensive rebound, Bender halfway down and out. Rebound, Riker Darst. 14-point lead for A-Town as we start the fourth. Hands it off back to Darst.
Aiden was open on a slip there.
7.5 to go here.
Little backdoor play maybe.
There's Riker Darst with it left side as a nice pass. Aiden Stromson can't get the layup.
2 layups in a row.
Off the offensive rebound, excuse me, as they get it left side to Andrews. 15 on the shot clock after it reset. Kicks it right side. Here's Alex Fouch with 10. Backing down, Stromson, turn around, backs down again, puts up the shot through the contact, can't get it to go. Edward would like to say, all the way from Mississippi at the Hard Rock Cafe at the Sugar Factory Restaurant, have everybody watching this game. Well, there you go. Appreciate everybody watching there in old Mississippi. First one on the way for Stromson is up and good.
That was a great play with A-Town, getting the rebound there by Keenan, kicking it back out to Darst, resetting, and then saw the size advantage with Aiden Stromson there on Veranda.
7:05 to go here in the fourth, and the next one on the way up and good. 4 points for Stromson here tonight.
Probably going to go offense to defense with Timmons and Stromson, with him having 4 fouls. Probably going to get a little bit of offense to defense here throughout this game, fourth quarter here in this remainder of this game.
16-point lead here for A-Town. It's been as high as 18 at one point in the second half. A-Town has really flexed their muscles here, showing that they are legit. 7-0 on the line here potentially. Here comes Klein all the way to the basket, and a foul is called. That's going to be Timmons with the foul. 6:46 to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, and when you put Timmons out there, he's got some athleticism, jumps really, really well, and obviously that was great. I feel like that's a great play. You don't want to give him the layup necessarily, and we know Klein obviously is a good shooter, and let him earn it for 2 shots here at the free throw line.
Well, free throws haven't been a sure thing here in this game, so why not try to make him earn it there at that free throw line here tonight?
Yep. The other side of this is you don't want this clock stopped. You want this clock to continue. You don't want to have them score, and there you go with a missed free throw. Good job, Wyatt.
So the free throw works just how we drew it up here, Coach. 48-32. I miss doing games with you, I'll be honest. It's been a long off season.
Yeah, I agree. We're already 9 games into it.
I know it. You're already a quarter of the way into your schedule as the next one on the way up and good. So Noah Klein 1 of 2 from the line. He's got 11 here. And the lead down to 15.
You got to know that Sherrard's probably going to do some run and jump stuff, and they're going to try to get some gambling going on. In knowing that, you definitely got to make sure you're securing the basketball.
Both teams with 1 foul here so far in this quarter. The handoff goes to Fouch up top, gets a screen. Goes right side to Keenan. Keenan's been quiet here tonight. He's got 3 points, though. Been a good rebounder, though, for Coach Link. Into the corner, there's Fouch, another look for 3! It's up and good! Alex Fouch has got 20! 51-33! A-Town back in front by 18.
What a great look by Aiden, kicking it to Trey. Trey kicks it to the hot man right now with Fouch.
Driving inside, Klein, turn around, fall away shot. Not a great shot there. That one no good. A rebound, out of bounds. Last touch by A-Town. 6:05 to go here in the fourth.
Just like I said, here's the offensive-defensive move with Timmons and Stromson, and that was a great delivery by Stromson, looking backside to Keenan, and obviously Keenan knows who has the hot hand. And you talked about how many points he doesn't have, but with him just having 3, but that's a great look right there and a great play.
Turnaround shot.
Oh,
that's
not
no
a good
good.
call.
Brylan Bender.
What is he supposed to do?
Brylan Bender will get called, will go to the line. Bender, it feels like, has been at the line a lot here tonight, but I only have him for making 2 free throws here.
Yeah, I think he struggled there a little bit. I do like his offensive presence, being very aggressive with the basketball and taking it to the rim. But like you said, he's just struggling from the free throw line right now.
There's another miss. 6:01 to go here, fourth quarter. 18-point lead, can't afford to miss free throws here with that clock stopped. You want to see that ball go into the basket. Been a tough go. Tough one at the office here for Sherrard. Coming in 4-0. A-Town coming in 6-0, and they're looking to make a statement as that one's up and good. Bender still has 15 points, but you feel like he could have 20 to 25 with how many times he's been at the free throw line.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Inbounds play, a little full court pressure here from Sherrard. A-Town deals with it very well. Here comes Darst. They'll reset the offense to Fouch. Fouch crosses over, turn around, kicks it right side to Andrews. No hurry here if you're A-Town. Do have a shot clock though, 18 seconds. Riker Darst with it left side, 13 to shoot. He'll drive, left side, lays it up, left-handed layup, it's no good, but a foul is called.
Yeah,
That'll be another foul on Sherrard.
Excuse me, Wyatt, but there's a great plan of action, right? I mean, Riker's saying, okay, he's overplaying me to the right side. I'm going to drive it left, get to the foul line, and make my 2 free throws.
Riker Darst, he's got 13 points, second leading scorer, makes it 14. It's 52-34 now the score.
With that dead ball, you bring your defense back on the floor with Timmons and sit Stromson with the 4 fouls.
Foul was on Brylan Bender, by the way, as the second free throw. That one's no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers.
Yeah, I had that off Sherrard. I'm surprised Stromson's not going back in the game here, Wyatt. Just with his size advantage there in the inside game there.
Right. Andrews with it now on the inbounds play. Maybe want to give him a few extra breathers. Coach Link, well-coached game by him, I feel like, is dealing with the size mismatch. Been handling it really well. 5 seconds to shoot. Lucas Andrews to Darst. 2 seconds left. 1 second. Darst will get a shot off. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Keenan goes back, lays it up and in. Trey Keenan, the second chance points. It's a 20-point lead for the Tornadoes, 54-34.
Can't make any bigger plays than Trey Keenum has done in the last. There's a good try. Yeah, good call. Here comes Stromson back in the game.
Emery Partlow with the travel. 4:57 to go, and things have.
Paltrow's just had a tough game. He's been in and out of the lineup because of foul trouble, and it's hard to get a rhythm when you got that going on.
A-Town has outscored Sherrard 8-2 here in this quarter. Here's Keenan with it, right side, kicks it into the corner. Fouch, another look for 3. That one halfway down and out.
That's
already with 20 here in the ball game.
Sorry, Wyatt.
Good.
That's one of those you let fly if you're Fouch, because this 20-point lead can quickly turn into 23.
There's Javin Jones, gets inside, an open look, lays it up and in, 54-36. And bringing it up the floor here quickly is Keenan, looking to drive inside, lays it up and in, counted and a foul! Trey Keenan with the basket as he's taken over here in the fourth.
And I know Sherrard's wanting a call there, but that's one of those things where you can't slide underneath him when he's in the air. Great pass by Darst, too, to get it to Keenan, and obviously we know Keenan has the ability to definitely complete the play.
56-36 our score. Keenan with back-to-back buckets. He's now with 7. 4:22 to go here in the fourth. The A-Town Tornadoes looking to move to 7-0 on the season. That free throw's no good. A rebound tipped around.
That's off Sherrard.
Last touch by the Tigers.
It's off Sherrard, guys. I don't know what they're complaining
Jackson
about.
Jones arguing his case, but 4:20 to go here in the fourth. All things pointing towards A-Town here.
Trust me, I've been on the side where you just don't think you're getting any calls. And
Aiden Stromson gets the inbounds pass. 17 on the shot clock.
But we were in front seat on that one. Weren't we? Why I would get that. I believe that call was definitely right.
Inside, it's Keenan. They're going to call a tie-up, and possession arrow will keep it here. Sherrard's side still arguing. They want the travel.
It's a jump ball.
It was a jump ball. That was a good call by these officials. They've been pretty decent here tonight, these officials, as the inbounds play. 6 on the shot clock. Into the corner, it's Fouch with 5.
Yeah,
3 seconds left. Here's Fouch. Got to get a shot up. Fouch on the way. That one no good. A rebound tipped around. Riker Darst gets the offensive rebound. Lost it.
Turned his ankle.
And Darst is hobbling around as here comes the Tigers the other way, trying to take advantage. Driving inside, going to the basket. Javin Jones, no good. Offensive rebound, laid it up, no good. Another offensive rebound. Jones drives the baseline, kicks it back out, top of the key. That's a 3. It's no good.
Got a
And
box
whistle and over the back call. That'll be on Sherrard.
I feel like A-Town was getting underneath the rim too many times there. They need to definitely get position and then go jump, because they got some athleticism, but you still got to get position.
That is the 4th foul on Javin Jones. Been a frustrating day for him. 3.5 to go here, but just a frustrating day as a whole for this Sherrard Tigers team. Aiden Stromson to Lucas Andrews, 3:20 to go. 20 seconds now on the shot clock. Stromson with it. That one poked away, stolen.
Got to have ball security there.
Tigers take it away. That's Dom Farron-Krog, who we saw in the JV contest, 6'6" sophomore. Into the corner, extra pass is intercepted. A nice play there by Keenan. Under 3 minutes to go here in the 4th. A-Town leading by 20, 56-36. Stromson gets it into the corner to Colby Hightower. Drives inside the baseline, lays it up. A lot of contact, no call. Here comes the Tigers. Trying to get a foul on that one. Here comes Javin Jones, lost the handle, battle for the basketball. And A-Town, a whistle and a foul is called.
I think we just grab the ball and throw it ahead. Lucas is going to get a little layup going on there, but took the one dribble you don't need to take.
That is a foul, number 5 on Javin Jones, so he's done here in this one. And A-Town will come all the way the other way and shoot some free throws, as that's the 5th foul on Sherrard in this quarter.
Good to see Riker Darts back in the game. We saw that little twist of the ankle there, and obviously he's back on the court. Looks like he's doing just fine.
Might be the adrenaline a little bit.
Could be.
Might be a little sore tomorrow, but
might be. But they bounce back quicker than you and I do.
They sure do. Is that free throw by Stromson's no good?
Maybe I should speak for me and not you so much.
Trust me. Yeah, I'm an 80-year-old man in a 30-something-year-old's body.
Well, you got that dart elbow probably. You got the dart game going on, right? Isn't that it, Wyatt?
That's about all I got going for me. 56-36, 2:35 to go here in quarter number 4.
Oh, that's short.
And that one is well short. A rebound comes out to the Tigers. A-Town in the bonus the rest of the way. Noah Klein with it into the corner. There's a 3 on the way. That one's up and good. That is, what is that, Sam Steckel. Sam Steckel with a 3.
Haven't called his name all night. He's fresh off the bench.
Fresh off the bench, and he hits a 3. 56-39 our score. Stromson drives inside through the contact. A foul called, and Stromson will go right back to the line. 2:09 to go here in the 4th. Even with the big lead, you're seeing A-Town still drive it to the basket. That's going to make you feel pretty good here if you're Coach Link.
Yeah.
Staying aggressive here, even in the late sections of a game that's been all A-Town here in the second half.
Especially with that shot clock. You brought that up earlier. You just got to stay aggressive, and you can't just all of a sudden relax with the basketball. I would like to see them take a little bit more air out of the ball, and obviously over the next 2 minutes, Sherrard's in a position right now they got to gamble, and they got to do the extra stuff, and they get out of position by doing so.
Cameron Fowler has checked into the ball game here for A-Town. 0 for 2 from the line for Stromson. It goes out of play. Last touch by A-Town. Fowler in at number 20. 2:07 to go here, 4th quarter. 17-point lead here for A-Town. It's been as high as 20.
I'd set Klein up here for a shot somehow,
There
some way.
he goes inside, but he slipped a little bit there, and I think that affected his shot up top. Here's Partlow. He'll try to drive through. A-Town defense playing strong there. Into the corner. It's Steckel again. Turns around, kicks it out. 1:42 to go here. 13 on the shot clock. A whistle and a foul called.
Quit trying to block shots. Just play position basketball.
That'll send Sherrard to the line as Jackson Jones. A quiet day for him offensively. And of course, this is a Sherrard team, as I was talking in the days leading up to this game here, that I believe they're still without their best player.
Yeah, Brown's out for a little while, and I know he's
Carter Brown, 6-foot senior.
Yeah, he's in the jersey tonight, so evidently he's close to coming back.
But he is in the yellow jersey, so that hasn't been able to take off that warm-up jersey. But Carter Brown, that's a good Sherrard team, and once they get Carter Brown back, this is going to be a team to be reckoned with here, especially with that size. Second one on the way, it's up and good. Jackson Jones, but I know the coaches of A-Town are certainly happy to see him on the bench here tonight. Foul on A-Town. That's their third, by the way, here in the quarter. It was on Colby Hightower. First for him on the day. Carson Slagle into the ball game. A lot of subs in here for A-Town. Paxton Fields into the game here. Actually, no, that's
Elias. We got Elias, Eli, Schisler. Let's see who else we got out there.
Into the corner. There's a three on the way. That one a little strong. Yeah, we got numbers that aren't lining up with the roster here. So 1:09 to go here. 56-40, A-Town with the lead.
Got Cooper Anderson I see out
Yep,
there. So
Cooper Anderson.
He played a nice fresh soft game.
He certainly did. And going inside, putting up the shot. That one no good. And a rebound fought for. It goes into the backcourt. And here comes Colby Hightower the other way. He'll go all the way to the basket and lay it up and in. Colby Hightower with his first basket of the ball game.
Colby Hightower's been playing nice defensive night. He got up in the air there. That's impressive.
40 seconds to go here. Driving Klein, a little floater, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, no. And it's been one of those days here for the Tigers as they'll suffer their first loss of the season as A-Town just 30 seconds away from moving to 7-0 on the season. This A-Town Tornadoes team, a force to be reckoned with. Winners of the Bushnell-Prairie City Thanksgiving tournament. And now they are 15 seconds away from pulling off a win here tonight against Sherrard in the battle of undefeateds. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Time will wind down, and the A-Town Tornadoes will move to 7-0, their first home win of the season, 58-40 over Sherrard here tonight.
Yeah, what an impressive game, Wyatt. I mean, you know, you're talking about your first home game and coming out here with great effort, and it wasn't just by one player. It's different cycles. Obviously, Fouch had the hot hand, and Darce was distributing real well, but you saw Keenan kind of take over the second half, and you got a lot of options on this A-Town team, and you saw Lucas Andrews keep the ball alive in many of the plays there. So a lot of avenues you can score, a lot of avenues you can do certain things, and I know Coach Link's looking for a big year this year.
Well, they moved to 7-0, and Sherrard will fall to 4-1 on the season. What a ball game here for Alex Fouch. He got hot, and that's really when this game kind of turned on its head. It was still a relatively close ball game, but Fouch started hitting some threes, especially in that second half, and A-Town started pulling away. He finishes this ball game with 20 points. But it was all hands on deck. You look at the scoring numbers here. Fouch leading the way with 20, 14 points for Riker Darst. It was 7 points for Trey Keenan. A few of those came in the fourth quarter. Lucas Andrews had 5. Carson Slagle had 4. Aiden Stromson had 4. Did a good job rebounding the basketball there as well. Owen Timmons had 2. Colby Hightower had 2 there as well. For Sherrard, their leading scorer, Brylan Bender, 15 points for him. Kind of a frustrating day, though, for him, especially at that free throw line. He feels like he could have had 20, maybe 25 there if he made some free throws. And, boy, some tough goes there for Brylan Bender, but if he still leads the way with 15 points.
Yeah, if he just, like you say, completes the play on the free throws. But I'd also say he did a nice job of driving the basketball. And you got Klein who can bounce the court and obviously hit some shots from very long range. And obviously you throw Brown in this lineup. You got a pretty impressive team. And don't get me wrong, A-Town's done some very good stuff. But these two have to clash at any point in time later in the year. I think Sherrard's 2A, but don't quote me on that. But
I think it might be.
Anymore, that's kind of changed around a little bit. I don't know if that's kind of a guessing game, but I will say that very impressed by both teams, even though A-Town just had the better half of Sherrard tonight in this case.
Brandon does bring up an interesting point in our comments section here, as those have been filing in here since the game finished. Impressive W. Sherrard did beat a conference contender in Galva by 29. So, again, this is a team that is dealing with an injury to their best player. Carter Brown did not step on the floor here tonight, and that's a big loss for Sherrard, but, you know, still, it's a very good team. They got a lot of size, and, you know, A-Town stepped up to it here tonight, especially with that size mismatch, and feels like they played a really, really good game here in this one. Sherrard, again, led by Brylan Bender. 11 points for Noah Klein. He's got some range. I think he could be a player to be reckoned with here for the Tigers. 4 points for Javin Jones, 4 points for Ryder Veronda, 3 points for Jackson Jones, and 3 points for Sam Steckel later in the second half there. Game was relatively close after the first quarter, a 13-8 lead, but it was 28-18 at the end of the the first half, I should say. And A-Town kind of just piled it on there and ended up leading by 14 after the third, and an 18-point win here. And 7-0 feels pretty good here for A-Town, but still a long way to go here. And this can be a good team. Like we said, this is a big statement win here for Coach Link and the crew.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught in comparing scores. Obviously, Galva, Sherrard took care of them by 29 or whatever you said. And it's also one of those things, too. That's the caliber of play that A-Town can bring to the court any given night and every given night if they just stick to it. I thought great job at distributing the basketball from the point guard position with Darst. I thought he played a great floor game. Keenan, who didn't force anything, he could have easily forced some things. As you and I know, he's a double-digit contributor to the scoring column. But when did he get his scores? In the full court, he does some things, backside rebound, three-point plays. But I also saw him make the extra pass tonight with Fouch. And obviously, if Fouch can stretch the defense, he's kind of like what you talked about with Klein, has unlimited range. And if you can stretch the court like that, then all of a sudden, it just makes your team that much better. You got to stay on him. You can't help off him.
But another big one coming up here for A-Town on Friday night as Farmington makes a trip into town. That's always a fun one. The Farmington Farmers are a lot of fun to watch here in the basketball world in the state of Illinois. So it doesn't get any easier here as, we talked with, the athletic director, Reed Kelso, and, he said he's talked to you coaches just about how you as coaches, you and Coach Link, that you really want to spice up that non-conference schedule here. Schedule some harder opponents. Just makes your team a lot stronger, a little sharper as you get ready for conference play, but then also once the playoffs come around.
Well, you said sharper, and iron sharpens iron. So if you're going to go out there and play tougher opponents, then it's going to hopefully help your team down the stretch. And obviously that's even Coach Link and I talking off of each other and just kind of figuring things out. And you want to make sure you got goals ahead of yourself, but then those goals got to be reached by putting some effort in and doing some things during the season, and obviously toughening up your schedule and making things tough on the guys and the girls program. It's just going to make things better down the stretch.
58-40 our final score here. The A-Town Tornadoes. We hope to chat with Coach Link here in the post game, but I know we got a lot of great basketball coming up here, and your girls actually have they had some games canceled here, unfortunately. Did you guys get that game scheduled for later this week?
So here's what we got. We got a kind of an off week until Saturday. We get to play in the shootout here against Roanoke Benson, and then next week we play Bureau Valley here on Wednesday, and then we're going to go on the 22nd, I believe we're going to Elmwood. That's going to be a scheduled game that wasn't on our original schedule. And it's going to be replacing one of those we missed with Canton having too many games, and then Anawan having to unfortunately cancel their season.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
It really is.
Yeah.
But
we had, arguably our game of the year last year, at least on the. We've had some really good games with Anawan in the past. On
2
the
years
girls'
ago.
side. 2 years ago, we had the double overtime game.
Double overtime game, yeah.
That's unfortunate, but you're seeing a lot of those that happen with some schools across the country, and you hate to see it, but. Maybe Anawan will be back and better than ever next year. I see Coach Link stepping up here, but before you head out there, any final thoughts there, Coach?
You know what? I'm putting vote of the year for Coach Link here, and he dresses a lot better than I do. I think I'm going to have Maisie dress me up more often because I know that's how Coach Link is getting dressed up. He's got to give credit to his wife, but heck of an effort tonight there, Coach Link, and I'm going to turn it over here to Wyatt. He's full of a ball of energy here, and you went in by 18. He even gives him more energy and enthusiasm. But great job tonight, Coach.
Yep. Coach Dugan, we'll chat with you Friday night there for the Farmington game. I'm certainly looking forward to that one here. We'll talk about that with Coach Link here in just a second. But as the head coach of the A-Town boys basketball team joining us here, Coach Corey Link joining us here. Coach Link, first time getting to chat with you here in the season, at least here at home. A home victory for you guys, 58-40, the battle of undefeateds. I know you guys were looking to make a statement here tonight, and against an undefeated Sherrard team, you guys certainly went out there and did that here this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good having you back, Wyatt. I'm glad to have you back. Appreciate you guys coming over and doing all our games, and we We are glad to have you, man. You're fantastic. Been listening to you on the girls' calls for sure.
Yeah, we certainly enjoy that here. But again, a big statement win for you guys here tonight. I know they didn't have maybe their best player out there, Carter Brown, been dealing with whatever he's been dealing with here, but I mean, still, this is a team that has a lot of size. They have some athletes out there. They've got some shooters. We saw Noah Klein shoot it a couple of different times from a different zip code, it felt like. I mean, this is a good team, and you guys stepped up on your home floor here tonight and got the job done here, especially in that second half.
Yeah, like I told the guys afterwards, I said, you guys can surprise me in a lot of ways. I mean, I thought going into the year, I thought, man, we're going to struggle defensively. We're not going to be up to our par. A-Town code. It's been going to be tough to score in this gym when you step in here. And I'm like, I don't know. We're going to have to get up and down the floor a lot more. We're going to be a little bit of finesse team instead of physicality. And these guys are shocking me. I'm glad they've bought in defensively because we can't score the ball. And I know we're averaging about 58 right now. But there's nights where we can get in the 60s. But if we keep guarding like this, we don't need to. It's a great team effort when everybody's bought in. And I know we're about 8 guys deep right now, and that's kind of going to be our 8 going forward. And those guys absolutely are bought into the role right now. It helps when you're winning, obviously.
It certainly does.
But
yes.
no, I think we got a good thing going. I can't give these guys as much love as possible because they come in, they know what their job is. They don't do too much, and they're getting after it day in, day out, and it's a good group to be around. It's fun, and we can't get back here tomorrow quick enough.
I tell you, it's been a lot of fun just watching you guys. You ended up winning that Bushnell-Prairie City Thanksgiving tournament. You and I talked about that before we went on the air here this evening. But this team, like you said, bought in, and again, it's that. Any guy can beat you on any given night. Tonight, it was Alex Fouch hitting some threes, especially in that second half where you guys started pulling away. Riker Darst hit some shots here tonight. If you said Trey Keenan was only going to have 7 points here tonight, you may feel a little uneasy for some, but that this team, as you said, is 5, 6, 7 guys deep that can score any given night. They can put up 20 points.
Right. We knew Riker was going to figure it out. He's been tough to get into double figures here recently, but we knew he was going to figure it out. He's capable of getting the rim, but like I said, he's a great point guard. Gets us into our stuff, can find guys, but yeah, Alex has the unlimited green light. I think that first 3 in the first quarter, I think we were trailing 3-2 or something like that, and he pulled one from about the volleyball line. And might make you shake your head, but he's got that range. He's got that unlimited green light, as like I say. He can step across half court, and he's got the okay from me. But no, like you said, it's a great group because, like you said, any night somebody can score. I mean, Carson Slagle, he's got an opportunity to be our leading scorer one night, right. And he's got that offensive ability. Stromson was kind of hammered with foul trouble tonight, and but he came up big. We were able to get him inside on some mismatch opportunities, and he did a really good job of finding guys, extra pass, skip out of the double team to a shooter. It's just like I said, everybody's bought in and feeling good about it. So hopefully keep it rolling.
But even when, as we're talking to the head coach of the A-Town Tornadoes, Corey Link joining us here on TSSR, even when these players aren't scoring, again, Trey, even though he only had 7 here tonight, he was playing well defensively.
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
Really good rebounding the ball
yeah,
here.
Absolutely.
The effort that you guys put in rebounding, even though you guys had the size disadvantage here, you guys are still out rebounding them, it felt like, at certain points in this ball game there, and you got to love that. Again, it goes back to these guys buying in.
Yeah, we kind of talked pregame to Trey about I wasn't sure what the matchups were going to be, if I was going to start Lucas Andrews on number 2 or Trey on number 2, and so we kind of talked pregame. I'm like, hey, with your size advantage on number 2, you're going to have to be a rebounder tonight. It might not come easily offensively because you're going to have to put a lot of effort on the defensive end, and give him a lot of credit because he bought into that. He slowed that kid down. That number 2, he's a tough guard, and he poses a lot of different things. He relentless on the glass. That's one thing we had scouted. He's going to keep coming and keep coming. Got a quick second jump. And so give a lot of credit to Trey. You know, he might, like you said, you might have 7 points and he might look like, that's just a ho-hum game. But no, we couldn't have done it without him on the glass for sure. But yeah, like you said, we're going to be outsized a lot of the time. With a lot of different matchups because we can play a lot of 5 guards. We'll sub Stromson out and put Colby Hightower in or Slagle in or one of those guys if we go small and those guys know they got to battle. They got to battle and that's going to be our motto. You got to walk in and battle every night, and it's not going to be easy, but we're going to get the job done in one way or the other.
You've been able to battle it out to a 7-0 start here this season, and you've been beating some tough opponents here. Doesn't get any easier. Friday night, you've got
right.
You got Farmington coming to town here. I know that's always a lot of fun when the Farmers come to town.
Little rivalry game going on for sure.
So what's the message for the guys here going into that game there Friday night?
Yeah, we talked about it afterwards. That we're gonna get a little bit of practice in tomorrow, get a little sweat going on, and then watch some film on them, get ourselves prepared. And I'm not sure they went off to a long football run again. So I don't know if they still got some guys banged up or not. So we'll get a good scout on them, and I know they played a good Macomb team tonight. So I might have to talk to my old buddy Toad and get a little scouting report and see what he had for us. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's nice to be back at home on this little stretch of 6 straight home games for us. But no, it's not gonna be easy for sure.
Not gonna be easy, but hey, you certainly have bought yourself a good start here, a good bumper at 7-0 here, and we look forward to covering you guys as you go throughout the season here. Farmington coming up on Friday, Elmwood next week, and we will be here, obviously, with TSSR. Coach Link, Corey Link joining us here. Coach, we appreciate the time here, chatting with us here this evening, and congratulations on the win there, 7-0. Again, a home win always feels good there.
Feels good.
Starting off the season
1-0. Baby. Protect home court.
Protect the home court, and you
right,
certainly did
thanks,
that.
Wyatt. I appreciate it. Did Illini win tonight?
You know what? I haven't even checked the phone, to be honest with you.
Your sweatshirt.
I got so locked in here, to be honest. I haven't looked at my phone here much of the game here. So
but no, I appreciate it. I'll get talk to you on Friday.
88-80.
Illinois
beat Ohio State.
What a good night.
What a good night indeed there. He's the head coach of the A-Town Tornadoes.
Thanks,
Corey
Wyatt.
Link joining us here on TSSR. That's going to wrap up our broadcast here this evening. What a ball game here. Again, Alex Fouch had 20 points here to lead the way as the A-Town Tornadoes pick up a 58-40 win over the Sherrard Tigers. Again, Sherrard playing without their best player, Carter Jones, but this is still a very good team here. Do not count this team out. They're still 4-1. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with as the season moves on here. So, again, A-Town picking up a big home win here tonight, going to 7-0 on the young season. We'll be back Friday night. That'll be our next broadcast. As, again, those girls' games got postponed. We were supposed to have games on Wednesday and Thursday. Those have been canceled. We'll be back here on the court Friday night as A-Town will take on Farmington. Should be a good one. We'll have the JV game at 6. 7 o'clock, we'll have the tip-off. 7:30, we'll have the tip-off of the varsity game. And then all day Saturday, we've got the Holiday Classic for the girls' side. Basketball all day on Saturday. So a lot of basketball coming here from this gym. A-Town High School, happy to be here doing it, though. Can't wait. As the A-Town Tornadoes, again, getting the win here tonight. 58-40 over Sherrard for our cameraman, Chris. My name's Wyatt Reed, and also for our friend Brent Dugan joining us here on the call this evening. My name's Wyatt Reed. Been an absolute pleasure broadcasting this one here. 58-40 the final score. Talk to you Friday night here from A-Town High School. You've been watching A-Town sports coverage here, brought to you by Mid-Century Fiber on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.